I send my kids to school and find myself praying to God that they will return home safely.
Emotional, furious parents vent at school officials in Newport News, Virginia, at the first school board meeting since a 6-year-old boy shot and wounded his first-grade teacher in the classroom.
Don't want to have a family dinner where I talk about where my kids will hide in their school.
One woman said her daughter was in the classroom at Rich Neck Elementary School when teacher Abby Zwerner was shot.
She's 6. She's terrified because the person that was advocating for her got hurt. She got hurt.
She blamed school officials for failing to prevent the shooting. Before the shooting, a school employee had searched the boy's backpack based on a tip, but found no gun.
You guys should have been defending and protect her when she came, or whoever came and said that there was a possible weapon in that child's backpack or otherwise.
Parents expressing anger that this was the third school shooting in the Newport News School District since September of 2021, with one fatality. One parent issuing a warning.
Enough is enough. What will it take? I pray it is not a fourth shooting, because that blood will be on your hands.
One parent said trust in Newport News school officials has been lost at all levels. Parents and teachers said in the Newport News District, many students who disrespect teachers and engage in violence face no consequences. And school officials are accused of downplaying or ignoring disciplinary incidents for favorable statistics.
Ask any teacher in this school division why discipline incidents declined, and I have a feeling the response will be the same. Infraction numbers are down because incidents are not always officially reported.
Some at the meeting called for Newport News School Superintendent George Parker and the entire school board to resign. School officials say they're responding to the shooting by installing metal detectors at all elementary schools in Newport News. And they're considering a rule to require students to bring only transparent backpacks to school. One school security expert calls that security theater.
The number one way we find out about weapons in schools is not from a metal detector, but from a kid who comes forward and tells an adult that they trust. It's about relationships.
Do you know that we owe Ukrainians reparations for building and defending this nation? Oh, my bad. I meant to say Black Americans. Notice how there was not one study, not one hearing needed before sending billions of dollars to Ukrainians, nor any other group. Yet, when the topic of reparations for descendants of American slaves is mentioned, we get told a motley of excuses. And I know some of you want to blame the Republicans, but it is for the Democrats that Black Americans vote 85 to 95%. And the Democrats have been complicit in their neglect of Black Americans as well. Maybe it's time we elect politicians that are actually going to fight for us. Maybe it's time we do something different, something better. Join me in getting us not just better, but the best. Join me in this fight. Thank you.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Tired of being censored on social media? Join 6zeros.net. It's black owned, black operated, and black moderated. And we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 6zeros.net.
Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 6zeros.net. Ah.
All right. All right. Welcome once again to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, beatzillapdx officially. And this is the midweek report. As you are coming in, please like and share this broadcast. Please like and share this broadcast. And if you have not already subscribed, please do so now. And go hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. Hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel either goes live or a video is uploaded. And as if you are not new to this broadcast, you understand that we do lives and then we're also doing uploads as well, which those will be premieres, which speaking of, there will be 2 tomorrow. So like I said, as this broadcast and the Friday night broadcast become a little shorter in length, you will be getting more content by way of me shortening these lives. So hopefully y'all enjoy that. And then also, I also want to utilize Wednesdays and Fridays to also do some call-ins if we can fit them in. So if we can fit the call-ins in, then that'll be what we are trying to get accomplished. You know what I mean? So with that being said, though, I think you got that. All right. Because these are so clear, you can literally see everything on them. So if you got anything on your, if they're like at least the least bit foggy, you will see it. So with that being said, again, hopefully everybody is doing well this evening. Let's get this chat going and see who we have in the chat thus far. Cyberdyne 100, what is going on? Judah Queen in the house. Welcome. Kid Gravity in the house. What's going on, my brother? Shawana S, I see you in the house. Blueberry Muffin. Welcome. Maxwell Jenkins in the house. I see you. Film Animation Art. Welcome. Project Leroy. Welcome. Hey, Tanya Zion. That is, I'm not sure if that's Pilot Talk TV or Pillow Talk TV. Depending on how you using that. Tasha Peters, welcome. Dark skinned brother in the house. What is going on? Salute to everyone in the chat. Okay, looks like we got everybody in here. Karen Armstrong, welcome. You have made it on the early call. Made it on the early call here today. So welcome. No, that's a little bright. There we go. I wonder what was going on there. Okay, that's better. Deneen Soul, welcome. Just in time. Yes, you are right here at the beginning. And again, these will not be as long as previous broadcasts have been. We did pretty much a solid over a year, close to 2 years of like 3 hour long broadcast. So I think I did my longest broadcast was 5 hours, and that was New Year's 2022. That was the 5. That's when that was actually New Year's Eve going into New Year's. And we really brought in the New Year's. And then I closed my live so I could make the New Year's here. So not that we necessarily celebrate that, but, it is just a significant, it's honoring the significance in a recognized shift, if you will. AKA, I'm saying AKA Sour Guy, welcome. My bad. So, I want to talk about a few things. Oh, Lord. Mostly, though, like I said, I want to talk about this Newport News situation. Because that is starting to look a little different. Like I said, at first, when I first seen it, I suspected that the child was white. And I know a lot of people still believe that this kid is white. The shot is white teacher. And it's still possible that that child is white. I'm having the sneaking suspicion that the parents might not be. So the parents might be, this might be an adopted situation on the reverse. So I don't know if that the verdict's still out on that. However, the way they are carrying it, this is something we have to really, really pay attention to, because they're doing something here that I haven't seen done in any other. They're not even doing it in the adult mass shootings. So it's very interesting that it's happening with a 6-year-old child. But there's some things that I got some video from their school board meeting recently, and some of the things that some of these parents were saying. You would. I'll just let y'all be the judge. We're gonna listen to it though. We're gonna listen to it. Blueberry Muffin said the Tiki Torch Brigade is in full effect in Newport News. Yeah, we're gonna get to that part. We're gonna get to that part, Blueberry Muffin. Yeah, just remember what the sister said. Just keep this in mind when we get to that story. So just store this one in the back of your mind for now. We're going to get back to that one, because I'm listening to some of the language and the repetitive talking points. Like, if this kid is white, this is the first time I've ever heard them do this to a 6-year-old. I mean, one woman refers to him as a young man. The 6-year-old. Yeah, the age of this young man. This 6-year-old? Since when has a 6-year-old been a young man? Where the hell is that considered a young man? Just, things to pay attention to. And then they got some other people to come and do some interviews and I'm just saying. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, you know what? I might have to do this another way. Okay. Then let me do this. Bear with me 1 second because it's having trouble uploading this video. But as I'm getting this ready, do you know that we have recently had, well, I'm sure most of you do know, one of these trans activist groups on Twitter recently put out a tweet about Aretha Franklin and was saying that, her song, 1968 song, Natural Woman, could be offensive, which that makes no sense, but, it is what it is. So, well, that could be offensive. Oh, okay, whatever, we got it. Well, Twitter quickly properly on that top. And I made this little graphic that you see on the screen. That and if you didn't see my Instagram, the top of that, this is what anti-blackness from the trans community looks like. And so, as you see, Aretha Franklin's 1968 song, A Natural Woman, deemed offensive by the trans community. And it's funny, Carole King wrote that song. Right. What is going on? My computer is freezing. Why are these windows acting up? Really trying to get this in here. I'm not sure what's going on right now, family, but bear with me. Oh, boy. Let's see. You know what? I thought it was going to work, but oh, that's fine. Well, shout out to the Savoy Show. Shout out to the Savoy Show, and because I believe this is where that came from. And then also shout out Kid Gravity. See how that works? See how that one works? And then there's their tweet over there to the left, if you can see on the screen there. Matter of fact, let me get that banner off. Okay, so there's the tweet on the left. Y'all see what that say? It's like, man, get on out of here. Now, at first, what they did was they wanted to say that, oh, well, because I've had questions about this particular group before on Twitter, simply because of some of the things, the angles they were like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't look at people like this and just write it off as satire. I don't do that because, again, we understand white supremacy starts off a lot of plans as what? Jokes, right? So with that being said, we can't play no games with these folks like that, especially when we know what it is. Let me get this off the screen. And bear with me 1 second, because there's some music in this video that I need to kind of make sure I edit out if it does what it's supposed to do. Can that be played? Come on now. All right. I'm waiting to see what's happening here. It's funny too. You know what'll help your streaming issues if you like hardline. I'm always hardlining in. I never stream on Wi-Fi. I don't do that for this specific reason. And then, lo and behold, here go these same problems. Wow. So hopefully I this story up. Matter of fact, what I can do, let me do this. Let me do this. Because I could at least start, I could read the article while, we figure out what's going on with this. Anyway, this goes on to read, a now debunked activist group in Norway called for Aretha Franklin's hit song, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, removed from both Apple Music and Spotify after they deemed its lyrics offensive. Dim the Okay. I don't know which ones. Oh, now you can hear me. Hold on. Okay, family. So, okay. I'm not sure What mic mic is is working. working. Okay. All right. It looks like this mic is working now. I just want you to know. Now I'm echo and whatnot. StreamYard, YouTube, Google, whoever the hell is in my machine. I want y'all to understand something here. Everything on my computer froze, window and all. Until I opened it, it just popped up. I mean, literally at the same time. Bam! Oh, whoa, wow! It's no longer good and no longer has to think about what it's doing. And y'all be acting like, oh, he barely could get over 1,000 subscribers. It ain't because they don't fear my content. That's for damn sure. Good grief. Wow. All righty. So now maybe I can get back to this article. Let's see here. That was incredibly weird. Huh. Whatever. Let me do it like this. Okay, let me see. Where the hell was I? I just heard my voice and did not hear myself anymore. Okay, so yeah. The part where they're trying to act like it's a joke. See, they asked for the removal of this song from Spotify and Apple Music. Now, however, after initial denials, what is going on? After initial denials, the original post was indeed satirical in a message. I'm trying to read this article and something for some reason keeps moving on my screen. I'm not understanding what's going on. And this is on my damn phone. Huh. What the Academy Brigade must be like that. Their hackers are hard at work today, aren't they? In a message in the post Monday afternoon, blah blah blah. Now they have updated their Twitter bio and now says parody/satire. Go figure. It took for folks to come out here. Now would they have mentioned or had to change, because they didn't do it from a profile that said satire or parody. It's a parody or satire of what? What's it a parody of? Are you not pushing trans agendas? Because you guys call yourself activists. So how do we go from being trans activists for now all of a sudden being satirical? Was this not a dry run at an attack on Black culture? Because how the hell do you put out a tweet like that? And what on earth makes you joke about a legacy such as Aretha Franklin? Only anti-Blackness is the only thing I can think of, and that is very typical coming from the Rainbow Brigade. That happens often. Can we say that that's not true? Let me see. Open with. Do that. Now let's see if this happens. That's a whole different story. Okay. We're close, though. Oh, okay. Here we go. Boy. What's really going on? Okay. Well, they don't want me to talk about this weird Aretha Franklin issue. Well, I guess the video ain't gonna play. But anyway, y'all see what time it is. In the post, y'all have seen the post. Now there is another, and they have deleted that tweet, by the way. Now there's another 12 tweet. In fact, let me get that up. Get that out of here. Get back over here. Let me get that. Let me get that in here. Because they made another tweet that kind of was reaffirming their position. And, I'm like, oh, okay, well, then it kind of is what it is, ain't it? Okay, so I don't have that either. All right. Batting 1,000 a day, ain't we? Huh. All right. Well, I don't know what happened to that either. Okay. Well, that's cool. Let me see if I can do this. Well, oh boy. Okay, no, I guess I won't be. So anyway, let me see if I could just read this tweet. Pretty interesting. I can't upload anything about this damn story. Isn't that something? My mic was jammed up. Kind of interesting, huh? Anyway, something that they had put out also around the same day is there is a right-wing trope that claims that there are 72 genders. That is as dumb as saying there are 72 skin colors. It is as bigoted it is a bigoted statement. Gender is a spectrum, meaning that it is unlimited to constantly changing and evolving. Somebody asked him, that's David Strom, asked him, I need to know, are you a parody account? Their response, most certainly not. Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance. This account was started in 2009, though. A trans parody account that started in 2009? What's the likelihood of that? Tia, to you, what is going on? What is going on? Rose City, I see you in the house. Yeah, what are the odds of that? A trans parody account, it's slash satire account from 2009. Who was the big trans person or advocate in 2009? Does anybody know? Yeah, me neither. Yeah, me neither. It's really interesting. Really, really interesting. So be mindful of people that do stuff like that, especially coming from that community, because there is a lot of anti-blackness that is able to fly under the radar under gender preference. And that ain't cool. You know, that ain't cool at all. They get a chance to just single-handedly fly under the radar being anti-black and can't nobody say nothing to them. Like even with Dave Chappelle. And a matter of fact, one of the videos that will be coming out tomorrow is about Dave Chappelle talking about the hypocrisy in the trans community. And he is right. You can't claim that his joke will incite violence and then send somebody out to be violent. Doesn't really work that way. Bruce Jenner was all man. Bruce Jenner. Lord, that dude. Yikes. Yikes. So, let's see, where are we going next? So, real quick, let's see if I can get that out of here. Let me get this story in there. So, next, actually, you know what? I'll do this instead. Let's go here. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll go in this. Let me upload it this way. So in Washington, D.C., you got some Proud Boys on trial, of course, for their incident January 6, 2001. Mind you, the incident we're going to talk about with this little 6-year-old kid, browser is having trouble sharing it. All of a sudden, I can't get my videos in my studio. Really? Let me see if I can get something else in here. Wow, they are giving me a hell of a time tonight, ain't they? Let me see if this works. Nope. Okay, let me try another way. Started to do this in the first place. Let's see if this will work. Okay. Looks like this is working. I don't know what's up with this. Okay, bear with me 1 second. This is why we need to build our own servers and tech companies and host our own web. Yeah. I mean, truth be told, half of this shit that we're on right now was engineered and created by Black folks, by foundational Black Americans at that. So to say that we have our own, oh, we've already created it. Welcome to America. Like, that shit sound good. It's like, so we need to have our own record labels. Yeah, we had that too. We had BET. Who got that now? I mean, like, I totally get you. Trust me, I hear it. I got you. But like I said, welcome to America. This whole thing we on right now was created by Black folks. Ain't got peace or nothing. These Black folks send folks to the moon. Ain't got no piece of that neither. You got to just shoot stoplights, all time, everything out here. Black folks got their hands on every food you eat and all of that. So to say what we need to have our own, all of that shit is ours. They ain't got nothing that ain't ours. Everything they got is ours. How do we stop giving it up is what we need to start doing. Because it ain't going to make no difference to create it if all we're going to do is follow the same suit and give it back. But we have to have a mechanism in place. That's what we're trying to establish now. But to run out and try to go do something right now without the protection to keep it, pointless. But yeah, trust me, I totally get you. But we need to get there first, though. We need to get to the place to where we can actually hold it and keep it. And right now we are stuck dealing with what we are dealt, and that's okay, because that's what we always do. We excel at where we are. Think of it this way: we are the most shadow banned market on the planet. As much as everybody else wants to complain, it's not just, yeah, it is. We are the only shadow banned market of this nature. The only. So we're still the people that everybody is spending. Think of it this way. If it takes $100 million to combat this Black message, we don't. So the question ain't what we need, because we have created everything. So to look at like this is theirs and this is, no, it ain't. You talking about the thieves of the planet. So until you alleviate that thievery, everything you create, because we're not talking about creators, we're talking about thieves. We're the creators. So if they got it, it's because we made it. Again, like I said, welcome to America. That's one of the biggest things I hope that people like really, really get understood here. Like, you really legitimately created everything. Ain't nobody here. I mean, think again. We immigrants, man, no. Because see, immigration mean you had to come to somewhere. This is a creation where there was no civilized. No. There was civilization here and in Europe, but not made by the Anglo-Saxon European. So that's a misnomer. But nonetheless, hopefully this got in here. Let's see. Okay, yes. So check this out. I don't know why the hell I had to upload this video this way, and it sucks. Hopefully I don't get hit on this, but fair use. If not, then I'll be cutting this out of the replay. And we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll have to insert something and to fix it. Hey, yo, Judah, what's going on, brother? Yes, indeed. Hostile takeover. You know what I'm saying? And I said you got to establish that that mechanism of keeping things in place and in house. And right now, I put it to you this way. If you had somebody that had $1 billion to give this market and said, I will give you this money if y'all can go 30 days without any infighting, that person would be able to guarantee that they would never be out of $1 billion. Now, who wants to put that stress of a community on their back for free? You talking about people that would kill $1 billion shot because they can't keep their mouth shut. So a lot of the times, family, we have to start looking inwards about why don't we have these things? Us. Anytime somebody start doing something, if it doesn't fit the vantage point of that person, all is lost. And I don't understand why you supporting this or that. Think of it. 30 damn days. I mean, I've watched people sit up here and worry about this damn gay Piemonte dude for weeks. So why the hell y'all keep talking about that white man? I'm not even understanding. But he's in the reparation space. Huh? Why are you talking to him? You ain't been in no room with me. What opinion would I have to have about somebody I could care less about what they're doing? It ain't, trust me. That is just saying that's a temperature check. Where are y'all at? Where's your heads at? Somebody like that can get you rattled that quick? How? Worry about this goddamn white man. What's wrong with y'all? Man, people waiting for New Black Media to say something. Silence wasn't good enough? You ain't heard nothing about this man from myself, Tariq Nasheed, Jason Black, Professor Black Truth, or any of the others, really. I mean, because what need is there of talking about this dude? He already should have been kicked up out your face day one. But, you know, like I said, sometimes y'all got to start looking at yourself. Because again, just put this in perspective. Why it would be so hard to get something like that is because if one person had $1 billion to give to this group and say, I don't want to see no beefing on Twitter Spaces for 30 days. That's a guarantee that, shoot, you might as well go put that invest that in some stock today because they not finna make 7 days. I sat up here and watched the Kumbaya New Year's Day resolution bullshit space. And I there were great things that came about it. I just could see who was in there. Y'all niggas ain't got no real intention about patching nothing up. This is cap. Now, some people in there did come in there with the positive tone and did come in there with the positive spirit and the right spirit to kind of mend fences and try to move forward on the work and all of that. But you got to remember who you got in the room. You on New Year's Day, that leopard that was a leopard last week is a leopard this year. The date didn't change that leopard. Still the same leopard. Let the sun go down on it first. So yeah, don't ever expect me to show up to no kumbaya. Oh, well, we all meet and miss me with the bullshit. I ain't got no time to waste for that. We're going forward. You all want to go do the kumbaya shit? That will be in my rear view. No. It's like, when you hear ting, 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 all aboard, your ears work, don't they? Get on the train. Leave all that other behind. Because it ain't doing you no good. And what's the last thing you really want? To be moving forward with everybody else or be stuck with them? I'm just saying. I see a lot of things about questions that really make no damn sense. I do not understand what the hell is going on. I seen something that said is reparations. What was it? Is reparations only real on the federal level? Is it? Yo, I would really strongly advise y'all stop spending so much time with these severely, overtly, obviously unlearned individuals holding spaces, talking in circles, and just because reparations in the name, you think they on some kind of level. If you see a question asking such an asinine question like that, reparations just don't affect. Reparations is a system. I mean, so you got somebody obviously right there that don't even understand that concept. You could quote a few good key points, cool. But what are you going to do with it? Man, what you mean? We're going to just be on code. Okay. Anyway, like I said, being on code, y'all got to understand that sometimes these supremacists, they're on code. And sometimes, they're so on code that they'll allow white sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Tia, you said, I do not live in Illinois, cannot vote for the man, so stop worrying about Gabe. Focus on your network, local and afar. Build. Damn it. I'll add to you, Tia. Oh, damn Gabe. Come on, man. Ain't the other weirdo? Ain't Broke Hogan already got kicked to the curb from that thing, too? I mean, think of it. He coming, yeah, man, yeah, Mean G. I'm going to tell you what, brother. It's Saturday night dedication, brother. Yeah, I mean, and he already got himself kicked to the curb. Yikes. Anyway, that's why we're saying, just when you looking for people that are sincere, rock with that. When they're really, really heartfelt about the movement, heartfelt about the work, rock with that. But I mean, if you seen it's just about look at me and shine and I'm trying to get mines on and let me go start some nonsensical beef about nothing and try to find some kind of nothing to complain about like a biatch, then, that's what you get. And that's a whole nother thing too, folks. You see somebody else doing stuff like that, they probably soft. There's really nobody worth they salt is doing that. Mean Fez. Fez fuck. Well, you know something, Mean Gene? Man, come on, I'm telling you, like, and they done kicked him out the car. I mean, boy, you done turned into the Democrat meme already? He ain't even won. Because I did see a Q&A on Twitter Spaces, an advertisement on Twitter Spaces. It was funny. I was like, I saw the first advertisement. Like, oh, yeah, look at this dude. He over here. Now you finna go ahead and pump this dude some more. And by the next week, here's this woman, same space, but now it's a whole different host. Whoops. Man, damn. All the provocateurs aren't getting along in provocateur land. I mean, I think they teach you that in Hillary Clinton buddy camp, that you don't want to step on each other's toes, because as you guys are being helpful in certain areas, then like Black Lives Matter or the Democratic LGBT organization by certain letters, like that. Or, could be known to wear a bucket on your head. But Cyberdyne100, shout out to you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Black first. Bill, black first. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Ops 101. You already know, Blueberry Muffin. Enter the brain, Bobby Brain. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Yes, indeed. And I mean, I saw the nonsensical beef thing, and I don't know why people try that. It's like, I guess, when people get around attention for the first time in their life, they're like, well, man, I get it, man. Let me do this. It's like, I ain't tripping off that, bro. Go ahead. You got it. This your first time to ever somebody actually gave a damn about what you was talking about. Got it. Go ahead, man. I have nothing to prove. You go right on ahead. In the Mixed Radio said, what up, bro? Lit of FBA family. Members don't we're at, what you say? Don't we know we are at war out here with these white supremacists in America, along with their buffer classes? Absolutely. And we often speak about their buffer classes, and we're going to speak about we're going to have to speak about what's going on out here in Newport News, which they really don't have a buffer class. That is like Blueberry Muffin said earlier, Tiki Torch land. And they showing you too. Well, we're going to get to that though. Got to get to these unruly children, these unruly kids, and got to do something about these unruly kids. Wait a minute. You start hearing that unruly kid line, you might want to, I don't know, unruly kid, huh? Now, think about unruly kids for a sec. What was Ethan Crumley? Did they say he had a whole, like a whole head of a deer or something that he had whacked off and took to school? All right, something of the sort. Maybe not. I don't know. I could have sworn that was the case. Let's see. See if this works. Okay. No. All right. Well, we're going to do it this way. So this video is about 2 minutes long, a little over 2 minutes, but it is showing you that there is no loyalty even within the supremacists. Shout out to the Proud Boys. telling on themselves.
Since the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, some Republicans have framed the rioters as concerned Americans who just went a little overboard in their defense of former President Donald Trump. But researchers are finding that many of the people charged for their alleged involvement in the attack have a connection to an extremist group or movement. In fact, these organizations, which don't usually band together, coordinated beforehand, helping the attack become so big and destructive. Michael Jensen, a senior researcher who studies terrorism at the University of Maryland, combed through court documents, news reports, and social media posts to identify every person charged in relation to the January 6th attack who had pre-existing ties to extremist groups. He found that roughly a third of the nearly 900 individuals charged had some kind of connection to extremist ideology, including far-right groups like the Proud Boys and the QAnon conspiracy theory. Jensen also found that many of these individuals were connected to one another prior to January 6th. They had been at rallies together, or were in the same chat groups, or interacted on social media. Of the individuals with ties to extremist groups who were charged, roughly 1 in 5 had a pre-existing connection to another defendant. Take, for example, Enrique Tarrio and Stuart Rhodes. At the time of the attack, Tarrio was the leader of the Proud Boys, and Rhodes was the leader of the Oath Keepers, another far-right group. When we look at the connections between other defendants and extremist groups, Tarrio and Rhodes are basically in the center. They're just 1 or 2 degrees away from dozens of other people charged and 3/4 of the known extremist organizations present on that day. The Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers both had a large presence on the day of the attack and have been accused of coordinating beforehand. What this data shows is a tangled web of connections between individuals from different extremist groups. This isn't typical. Normally, these far-right groups tend to keep to themselves. They don't get together on the weekend to go bowling. But this data demonstrates how certain ideologies, like belief in the false claim that the 2020 election was stolen, can bind extremist groups together. And as we saw on January 6th, that kind of unifying ideology can be a powerful and destructive force. For more coverage on January 6th, subscribe to 538 on YouTube.
All right. So now, with that being said, let me address what was just said in that particular video. We often hear that these people, they're like their own enclave, and that's not true. Stop it. And they love doing that. Oh, well, and they're kind of this subsect group, and no, they're not. That's just typical American society. And trust me, they were out there for white supremacy's sake way more than Donald Trump. Donald Trump done went to the wayside. These groups are still full-fledged about white supremacy. Blueberry Muffin, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Keep your boots on their necks. Black first. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. TT said, yes, they are. They poke their chest out but cannot handle doing the time. Facts. That is big facts. So Blueberry Muffin, thank you so much. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Shout out to you. Afro Elite in the house. What's going on, my brother? Black first. Yes, indeed. So, man, looks like they're trying to lightweight report on the Proud Boys and the connections, because see, as they start talking about this tangled web, and it's not a tangled web. It's just something that we all know. Oh, something I was hearing them speak of the other day. Western society. Proud Boys are the irregular armies of white supremacy. Good point. Great point. Great point. So now let's I guess these two stories basically wrap up in one. So we understand in Florida, Robert DeSantis is he's banning African American studies. One of the things that's really weird about that though is in so-called banning African American studies, he let one particular tidbit out, and that was what was in that particular curriculum. And there was something in there about like trans studies, and they had something else about intersectionality. Now, if y'all understand intersectionality, that's bell hook shit. So right off the rip, I would like to know what's actually in that African American studies, because if that's true of what he said, why? And it's not my concern that or that he's banning, like that's a problem. Banning African American studies is a problem. My issue is whose decision was that to take African American studies and then start intermingling intersectionality and LGBTQ into African American studies? This is supposed to be telling a history of a people. If you want to tell a history about gender and all of that, then do that. And then be multicultural in your speaking of that. Stop forcing somebody else's conversation. Because you notice when they start talking LGBT, they're not going in this multicultural area. They're not doing that. They ain't doing that at all. See, that's the type of stuff that makes my antenna going up. Like, come on, man. And Rose City, where are those RICO charges? I'll say. And can't get no RICO charges on no Proud Boys. But how could you give RICO charges on Proud Boys when the Proud Boys' brothers are their sisters? And then their sisters, which used to be their brothers, are now more entitled to more rights than your wife. We in bizarro world, family. We are in bizarro world. Man, if this ain't Babylon, come on. Tia, you said they are trying to be real slick. Man, I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm glad that he caught it, but wait, like what is all of this extra stuff y'all putting in this stuff? And why is it attached to us? We ain't the champions of LGBT movement. That is not our bag. It has been on our backs. But trust me, that don't come at me with no Bayard Rustin. That's J. Edgar Hoover. That's to destroy our community. I don't know how people can't understand that. Because, well, what if you got a relative? What if you got this? What if it don't change the truth? This was put on the Black community to destroy it. Love is love, but the destruction of the Black family is bore out of hate. Slice it up any way you want to. Because I can ask any intersectionality pusher, peddler, panderer, promoter, I'd ask any of them. First question, how does intersectionality help the Black family? Since the Black family is the backbone of the community, not the Black woman, but the Black family. The Black woman has been put in place of the Black family. That's how we got into this situation. And then we have these dirtbag scumbags coming around telling us about how our 6-year-old children are just so inherently violent. I will also be releasing a video tomorrow that y'all need to check out about Al Sharpton, because again, his treason and Michael Eric Dyson's treason is very much in line with what I'm talking about right now and what I'm talking about as far as it goes with these parents and teachers out here in Newport News. And then, of course, you got Ron DeSantis. It's almost like, look at it this way. We being effed with from the left and the right. So we got the right saying, oh, black, 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 oh, that's woke, 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 wokety, woke, woke. And then you have the liberal left sneaking in all other kind of shit on our back. Like, here, let me go ahead and slip this LGBT off up in here. Let me go ahead and slip this immigrant business off up in here. Let me go ahead and, this is African American studies. You'd be supposed to be talking about the greatness of our own, not incorporating some outsider into our own history. Because you know what that's called? That's called rewriting our history, which is also rewriting American history, considering how we are foundational Black Americans. These folks is cold slick with it. But listen to DeSantis. Check this out.
Please repeat after me. I, Ron DeSantis.
I, Ron DeSantis.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support, protect, and defend.
That I will support, protect, and defend.
The Constitution and government.
The Constitution and government.
Of the United States and of the state of Florida.
Of the United States and of the state of Florida.
This bizarre but prevalent ideology that permeates these policy measures purports to act in the name of justice for the marginalized, but it frowns upon American institutions. It rejects merit and achievement, and it advocates identity essentialism. We reject this woke ideology.
So just keep it in perspective. Now so Ron DeSantis is a racist POS. But with that being said, he's right about the agendas that they're trying to sneak in on our history, which actually is a low-key cue. I hope you understand, family, how much of the world, the left and the right and internationally, people are listening to the grassroots. They're really paying attention, family. And I hope you guys are understanding the magnitude to which they have to play political chicken, political hot potato. So what he's doing is, well, hey, hey, Black folks, I had to stop this bill because I hate Negroes, but look at what they did. I mean, they kind of hijacking you guys' culture over there. I mean, ain't you guys kind of upset about your culture? What you guys, I mean, it like Ron DeSantis turning into DJ Vlad. Well, well, just think you should have a little conflict over here. I mean, don't look all at me. It's just, they're putting over here this rainbow stuff in your stuff. I mean, what's this? Aren't you guys against feminism too? This bell hooks, and because ain't that what treason Eric Dyson just said? Bell hooksyism and the hooksyism theory and the hooksyism and a scholarship. Jesus. Yeah. The Hooksian. Oh, dude. So, and see, they are the Stop Woke crowd. Just let's make sure that we understand there are some people who are pushing back. There are some, but are they really the ones we want speaking? I'm a play this, and I'm just gonna. Hey, I just want you to just let this sit, because it was almost another picture that I used. I was like, you know what? I don't want to make nobody feel like they disparaged. But I mean, it's just a picture of this dude who's supposed to be a Black Florida leader or something like that, and it's like, you're supposed to be up here sending a sturge message to your governor. He up there. Oh my Lord, what are you smiling for? Dude, this is meantime messaging. Like, what are you talking? Jeez. Tone it down a bit, buddy. You're happy to be here, clearly. But nonetheless, let's take a listen to the strong frontline force against anti-Black hate in the state of Florida by way of the pulpit.
Black history is not inferior, and Black history does not lack educational value. We must raise our collective and prophetic voices against any attempts to abolish, abort, and abandon Black studies. Black history is not indoctrination. It is information, inspiration. It instructs all people that we are somebody created in the image and likeness of our Heavenly Father. And Black history is about diversity, equality, and inclusion. We urge my beloved Governor of Florida and the Florida Department of Education to not diminish, dismantle, and destroy the teaching of Black studies, and to do more research about the power of diversity, equality, and inclusion.
Got to watch these old niggas.
Diversity and inclusion and acceptance, because we all's God's peoples. And see, what we is this is a land of immigrants, and see, all of us is God's folks, and see, we all God people, and we as a pastor, let me tell you that all men were created equal under the sight of God. That is one of the biggest lies every collared preacher ever tells. Ain't in the book nowhere. No, the hell we were not all created equal under the sight of God. No, you might want to go take a look at Joel, maybe Amos, Obadiah. Take a good look at those books. Figure out who those certain group of people that are referenced in those are. And if you just put the characteristics along with somebody, it shouldn't be too hard. But anyway, here's what one of them had to say about us.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation.
Cynthia Newman, Crew Reality. I see you. Lady F, I see you in the chat. Yes. Phantom Beats in the house, too. I see you. Yeah. All right. So this is the part of the show to where we need to talk about the main topic. Because again, like I said, this is we Ron DeSantis, because truth be told, he's kind of making a bigger point for a larger need of actual black education. But not just that, but the need of black educators. And so that actually should be coming from the United States government. And then also in the state governments as well, to put some of this, like, not immigrant studies, not Benvenidos, welcome. No. Studies here for these black citizens that always have been overlooked. There needs to be specific educational money for black educators, black created curriculum, and this should be funded. See, other people, what we got to do. No. Somebody came, well, let me not say that. What I will say is, imagine this. We pay taxes. We're owed a debt in a place that we pay taxes at. Why wouldn't we think that part of the money that we need to come to our community that this government owes us? Because let's look at this big picture here. We always talk about higher education. Damn that. How about give us the money to fund our complete education? Since you owe us that. You kept generations of us illiterate. It was legally mandated that we couldn't read. See, so when you get people talking stupid out here about, well, reparations to one-time checks, shut up. And stop listening to people like that, by the way. Because no, it is we're going down the list of all of these things are prepared. That's what they're worried about. So I remember hearing, because of course I'm still locked out of my Twitter, and I heard Brother Tariq Nasheed doing the space, in great space, by the way, right? Get with people who motivate you. Stay away from low vibrational energy, man, as much as possible. But just with that mind state, it'll help you see things and experience things in a more educational light. But just understanding that we have way more about, like he was going through the list, like there's other countries and nations that have taken hand in our slavery. Why you think everybody over here, why y'all, especially the black ones? Because, we have not been able to peel back the layers on Africa yet. But obviously somebody's feeling some kind of way. Now, as far as the Caribbeans go, they have kind of felt a little more quiet. Why? Because they're starting to understand, oh, well, with this CARICOM thing popping, maybe we just need to shut up. Yeah, I think we'll just shut up. Because you know what? If they get their bread, oh, well, then we solid. We good as gold, baby. Yeah, let's stop hating on them. Let them Africans do that. Because them Africans like, hey, now are you starting to see the picture getting painted? Because when we over here hollering in Africa, you think them Caribbeans ain't finna turn around and do the same thing? Because, there's some of them folks that went over there as collaborators. Like, do not get it twisted. There's an African class, and then there is a Caribbean slave descendant class. And them Africans do not intermix with them. We were never slaves. Right, because you were collaborators with the people who got them over to them damn islands. Now go ahead and break bread. So yeah. Go ahead. Shit. That's why people are like, you ain't gonna see so many Caribbeans beefing. Unless they're just straight up busters. Like, some of these that are complete Democratic shills, they're done. So you could just expect that out of them. They were vetted when they came here. Their parents were vetted. They not just second generation immigrants, they second generation coons. So, there's that. Shout out Roland Martin, man. Shout out to Roland Martin for getting at the Boule. I hear he has went on a little rant calling them out because they have dropped the ball on the handle and pulse of the community. And that just is what it is. Now, family, we gonna go through these. We gonna go through these because I want you to hear the parents. This is really something I want you to take home with you tonight, and hear what, because they say, man, this ain't learned and this ain't it. It's a system, and these nurturing mothers who will turn around and be teachers gonna have to let you hear what they think of your children as well. But first, let's set it up.
Virginia earlier this month put out a statement today suggesting they don't know how he got his hands on their gun.
Let's go back. Okay.
Now to this story. The parents of a 6-year-old boy who shot a first-grade teacher in Newport News, Virginia earlier this month put out a statement today suggesting they don't know how he got his hands on their gun. The statement says, our family has always been committed to responsible gun ownership and keeping firearms out of the reach of children. The firearm our son accessed was secured with him. The teacher, Abigail Zwerner, was released from the hospital this week and continues to recover.
Mm-hmm. So they make sure you see her, We see who was harmed. Let's go ahead and make it big. So tug on your heartstrings because, this advocate for these children, she has been harmed because, she's, and I don't know much about this woman. I can't say, but, what was going on in that classroom where that kid felt so compelled to take a weapon to school? Did he feel threatened? But I know I'm hearing, see, this would say, because we're talking about a 6-year-old, correct? So you say, well, hey, what was going on at that school? Well, let's see how they're talking about it. Matter of fact, here is, this is the lawyer for the teacher.
I sent notice to the Newport News School Board of the intent to file a lawsuit on Abby's behalf.
Well, that was quick, wasn't it? Yeah, let's get these parents and teachers and advocates. Let's hear this one.
I learned that in school. My daughter goes to Warwick High School. Second period, she stands. One of two. In one class, there.
Oh, wait. Let's get back to the beginning. So see, I keep saying, because at first we assumed that this was a little European Anglo-Saxon child that shot this teacher. Look at the room, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the room. They're packed in there, right? You still feel like this child is white? All right. And like I say, I don't know for certain that he ain't. But, man, y'all gonna have to hear this one tonight, y'all, because like I said, I was hoping, I hope, because I've reported on this story, I hope this ain't no little black kid. But the way they talking about punishing the parents and all of this, but this meeting takes the damn cake, family. Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag. We learned that in school. My daughter goes to Warwick High School. Second period, she stands. One of two. In one class, there is no flag. Like the 3 shootings, these are symptoms. Under this administration, learning standards have plummeted. Accountability has been eradicated. Teachers and staff are leaving Newport News in droves. To make matters worse, after each incident, communication is slow, if at all, misleading, and the response feels more like window dressing. Metal detectors with no plan. They've been at Warwick High School for years. They are not used. My fear tonight is that all of these people and all of our words will not be heard by this board, as has been the case for 18 months at least. So I propose real change and action as parents. I propose that we boycott the SOL up through the 8th grade, where there'll be no impact on our kids. I have a petition online, change.org, Newport News school shootings. I have 100 already, close to 100 signed up. Again, 8th grade below, there's no impact for your student, but it hits board, and it will hit this school system, and I don't have any joy in that. But it is time for action and not words. I ask that you all join me, parents watching and those that are here, that we demand change in our administration immediately, or else we boycott the SOL. This is not personal. I take no joy. Okay? But to this board, enough is enough. What will it take? I pray it is not a 4th shooting, because that blood will be on your hands.
Wasn't there a shooting at Virginia Tech? Some years back, but now this, and look at what he started with. Are you the little subtle code thing, the subtle codification type talk? I pledge allegiance to the flag, and we've always stood for the flag. Colin Kaepernick ain't here. So what's that mean? Is there a football game going on or did the little 6-year-old boy kneel? I'm confused. How do we get to, I stand for the flag? How do we get there? Man, that's why I'm just saying, I hope that I'm wrong, that this kid ain't black. Because at first I was like, oh, clearly that's a white kid. And as I'm starting to watch the reaction from the white folks, I'm like, I ain't so sure, family. I ain't so sure. Sage, what's going on, my brother? Tori and Rain reloaded in the house. I see you, my brother. Tori and Rain, VA is extremely racist, especially beyond a certain point. Remember Jamestown? Bam. Facts. Oh, and Blueberry Muffin said truth. The whole damn I-64 corridor from Jamestown through Charlottesville to Blackbird. Oh, that's all in that same say okay. Thank y'all. Okay, now y'all put piecing it together for a brother. Thank you. Okay, now I'm kind of getting the idea, getting a hold of the demographic of that area. I'm just looking at the vibe of the room like, I mean, hey man, I'm from Portland, Oregon, baby. I know what I see. Like, I'm just saying, I know what I see. Here's another.
Teachers and administrators is beyond comprehensible. As a parent of an NPS student who had a behavior intervention plan in your school system, I know the lack of resources. I know I had to bend over backwards, miss work, and my child had to miss school to get private counseling. The school system lack of resources for his behavior issues because he was a smart child and his test scores were passing. He was needed in school to continue to receive state funding. I am ready to package out of this system that made me the person and nurse I am today. From Hydenwood to Gildersleeve to Menchville, those schools are not the same schools I attended in the 90s and 2000s. The buildings are the same, some of the teachers are the same, the students are not the same. We are not holding.
Whoa. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about, family. I'm listening to some of these people talk. I'm like, is this a school board meeting or a Klan rally? I mean, the only thing to say, oh, this is public, is that they talking on code. But did you catch that? It's not the school I went to. The building's the same. How? You know it ain't they kids they talking about. Wow. Say said, last time I went to VA, dude had a whole Confederate flag outfit on. Damn. We locked eyes for a while, had to make sure dude wasn't trying to make a move. Yeah, for real. Like, what's going on here? Trust me, brother. What's this? You see this shit here? See, trust me, brother. I already know. Tia to you said Virginia is also where we fought back against cave beasts. By the way, the banner that they call a flag is a war banner. Look up the only time a real peacetime U.S. flag had been displayed. Sounds like a Klan rally to me. Yeah, let me just I'm gonna go back and hit that part again because wait a minute. Did you just crap on these children? And everybody in there just like, yeah, she right. Then they got Clayton Bigsby's niece off up here too. We gonna play her.
I had to bend over backwards, miss work, and my child had to miss school to get private counseling. The school system lack of resources for his behavior issues because he was a smart child and his test scores were passing. He was needed in school to continue to receive state funding.
Real quick, also, did you see what she just did there? So your kid was a bad kid as well, but he was really smart. And it's no fault of my own as a parent that he has behavioral issues. Got it.
I am ready to pull my kids out of this system that made me the person and nurse I am today. From Hydenwood to Gildersleeve to Menchville, those schools are not the same schools I attended in the 90s and 2000s. The buildings are the same, some of the teachers are the same, the students are not the same. We are not holding kids and parents accountable for their actions because we need funding from the state and federal government to teach our kids. I drop my kids off at school every day, and I wonder if they will be home when I come home for work. Do your employees feel safe and support come to work? I know many employees, and the collective answer is no. Your employees do not feel safe. How can you as a school board guarantee that every child walks through your doors feels safe? I not only care about my children, but all children in your system. I want behavior.
Real quick, just so y'all can get it, just to paint a clear picture of what we're hearing, we are talking about a 6-year-old child. She talking like this is East Side High. Film, animation, art, what's going on? Said those schools are in neighborhoods that used to be white. Yeah, I think you tapping on something right there.
behaviors held accountable. I want change. I don't want to have a family dinner where I talk about where my kids will hide in their school. I would rather be discussing archery practice or listening to the adventures of a 4th grade safety patrol. There needs to be accountabilities, and the rights and responsibility handbook, which is in place, needs to be enforced. Our children should have access to safe learning environments each and every day. Our children are not statistics or quotas. They should not be a barometer for our decisions about the safety of our students and staff. Administrators need to acknowledge that there are problems, and parental concerns should not be ignored. Please consider my thoughts carefully, or these are the thoughts of many concerns. Respectfully, Kimberly Sladen. And I would like you to answer the dirty dozen. What is the dirty dozen?
Family, can you help me out real quick? As this woman is talking, number one, this wasn't a mass shooting. This wasn't a mass school shooter. This was an isolated incident. Somehow this one 6-year-old child is literally being lumped into, I'm waiting for somebody to bring up Chicago. Shit. This is over the top, family. Does this sound like they're talking about a white child to you at 6 years old? Can you see these people ever doing this to a 6-year-old? My Lord. That's what I said. At first, I was like, damn, this is probably a white kid. It's a little white kid. Then I started, is there punishment for the parents? And then I seen the sheriff, the chief out there. So, uh-oh. Family, I told y'all right here, I don't know. Looking at the vitriol for a 6-year-old coming from the chief of police out there. This was intentional. And this is like you're criminalizing a 6-year-old child. I cannot ever recall one of theirs being done with such vitriol. And then all the other things they're talking about. Oh, things have changed. And I pledge allegiance and I stand for the flag. Man, we ain't been pledging allegiance. And he looked like he around my age. Stop it, dude. You ain't pledged no allegiance to the damn flags in 1990 nothing. So shut up. Like shit, what was that? 1980. Well, hell, I can't even recall pledging allegiance to the flag. Not in no classroom. We did that in private school when I was like in kindergarten to maybe 2nd grade. I don't even think 3rd grade. They stopped doing that in the private school. So, no. No. Let me let you hear. Okay. This is the other woman I want you to hear, and then I'm going to play Clayton Bixby's niece. So, it's funny, it's Virginia. But my question was, family, where the hell is Sandy Hook Elementary? Where was Sandy Hook? Wasn't Sandy Hook, or Sandy Hook, Maryland? Yeah, I know it's that DMV area, right? Sandy Hook in Maryland? Because this is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, where the hell? Oh, Sandy Hook was in Connecticut? Okay, I thought it was in that DMV area. Okay. Now, okay, so here's, this woman was, I believe she's a teacher and a parent. Oh, Lord. Here's another.
But what was not unprecedented was the behavior.
Yeah, let me back that one up because you got it. Listen to what the hell she say.
Tragedy at Rich Neck was unprecedented, and it was because of the age of that young man. But what was not unprecedented?
Wait, because of the age of the what? Okay, mind you, also, has anybody heard any concern about the child's and mental well-being, except for the white woman who wanted mental resources for her child, right? I'm just wondering.
Tragedy at Rich Neck was unprecedented, and it was because of the age of that young man. But what was not unprecedented was the behavior. We experienced that, me, all the rest of these teachers, on a daily basis, type of behavior. Unruly behavior is the problem.
Oh.
And giving a behavior contract, that's not going to change anything. These students need to be removed from the class. Well, no wonder I can't see what I wrote.
Word.
So sorry. They need to be taught virtually, either through the academy or at their home school, where we set up rooms called a virtual learning lab. And we have supervisors in those rooms that allow them to join into their own classroom. When COVID hit, Amy Jones was our supervisor in health and physical education. She bought us cameras. And that camera we use to teach our students.
You know what the funny thing is, though, Karen? That was screaming and crying that your children had to be back in school. So is this a Karen literally saying we need to have these kids out of school? Yeah, Tia, young man, 6 years old, young man. A 6-year-old young man. If I was up here saying 6-year-old young lady, 6-year-old woman, y'all be looking at me crazy. The hell she talking about? This it's a 6-year-old child, ma'am. This 6-year-old young man. How do you even run that together in a sentence? Connecticut 2012. Okay. Good Lord. They are weird. Understatement, Judah Queen. Golly.
And it was successful. My daughter goes to Peninsula Catholic. I'll tell you about that in a minute. They used the cameras. That's where I got the idea from, and took it to her. And she said, yes, I will buy these for you because it will help our students learn. Those students, teachers, we're not trained to deal with that kind of behavior. We're trained to teach. So these students need to meet with counselors and psychologists before they are allowed to come back into that classroom. I got to say this because this is
Here's the other part. One kid, one 6-year-old, one first grader, they are calling for groups to be removed from school. Are y'all hearing what they're saying? They are literally calling for groups of children to be removed from the education situation. And they didn't call that 19-year-old girl drunk girl in Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana a woman, did they? No, they did not. No, they did not. Rose City. And I mean, you seen the picture that they was putting up of that girl, right? And they still, woo-wee, I'll be revisiting that because I'm going to keep that particular story, the Madison Brooks, because I think that will be one I will just have to continue to follow as because there's something else that will probably air Friday. That'll probably air Friday morning. Because that'll be an update. So I'm gonna stay on top of that, and I'll consistently be doing updates on the Madison Brooks situation. Because they trying to railroad them brothers out there. And that's no good. Trying to say that, oh well, I don't even know how you tell anybody that. You just make sure you stay tuned for those, family. But let's get back to this, Karen.
Important. In our district, you all have a great example. Achievable Dream Elementary School, middle school, and high school. That school is a fantastic learning environment. One of the great things they do is teach respect for self, respect for adult leaders, and respect for core human values. This needs to be taught elementary through high school in our system. And lastly, for change to happen, you must give teachers a seat at the table. Anytime there are decisions that impact learning and classroom environment, we should be there. I've taught 38 years. I've been teaching 38 years. I know I don't look like it, but I love what I do. And part of the reason I haven't retired is so I can pay for my daughter to go to private school, because I don't want her in the public school. Thank you so much.
Oh, so basically what you're hearing is, oh, these horrible Negroes are coming here, or maybe these black immigrants are coming here and they're ruining everything that we knew to be. And to my, I would love to know, like, Newport News. Now, I'm sure it makes me I'm kind of glad I did not make that move. Good Lord. Because, yeah, we almost moved to Newport News back in the 90s, late 90s. Newport News, exactly. Matter of fact, like, we was on our way. But then, we decided not to. And then a hurricane hit Newport News right around where we would have been staying. So it was all to the good, because I said, oh, well, that must be a sign I'm not supposed to be there. And now that I'm looking at this, like, Cyberdyne, did she compliment? Yeah, you caught that? See, she did the same thing, and then the woman before. So you're setting your children, you're putting little things out there that my children are different than these over here, and they gotta be removed from school. Well, what? When have you ever heard that? I mean, this obviously isn't the people that support No Kid Left Behind. In the famous words of Black Alpha Network, she is about 882 years old, family. You already know. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Family, I'm like, what is going on out here? So, okay. Here's the last one. Here's the last one. And I saved this one for last, because it's gonna be a hard one to choke through. Because I mean, come on, sister. It's almost like y'all seen Hollywood Shuffle. Come on, sister. But I guess it begs to ask the question,
where's your family from?
So without further ado, let's check it out. Lord. Oh, okay. So, and again, family, let's keep it a buck. So they put what clearly favors to be an immigrant, Bedouin. I mean, I don't know if she is or not, but she is definitely coming in here to be the crying mammy. So with her tears and sobbing, because if you notice, she's the most emotional. Almost like they made sure to go find one. And again, I just have to look at how she looked. I mean, she might be FBA, but up there in that room with all of them being comfortable and whatnot. And then she overdoes it and kind of, I mean, is it a little bit overdoing it to come in there with the picture of her and her child on her shirt? I'm just asking. And my other question is,
where's your family from?
My daughter was a student of Richneck. She was in that classroom. This is hard for me. As someone said before, I wanted to remain anonymous.
family, this ain't no sped up video. It almost like she's trying to talk so fast, so she's hiding an accent. I mean, let me just, I'm gonna let this play because take a good listen.
My daughter was a student of Richneck. She was in that classroom. This is hard for me. As someone said before, I wanted to remain anonymous for the safety of my daughter.
I understand. Can I come stand with you?
Sure. That thing is gonna go off and I'm gonna keep talking.
That's not. It hasn't started.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
You're fine.
Thank you. I want to let you know. I want y'all to see my face. I'm not done. And I'm not stopping. But I want you to hear. My daughter was getting bullied before this incident happened. I reached out to every single one of you. My email. You contacted me one time. You texted me, right? I got the principal to contact me after you texted me. I emailed you several times. I'm angry, but I'm determined. So you're going to hear me. She wrote to me after I called her. She got them to give me a conference after school. That principal never showed up. Never. Okay? Only people that showed up was Mrs. Warner, who was an advocate for my daughter. When this whole thing started, it started when we started school. And I was still advocating for my daughter, and I'm not going to stop. Okay? I got a conference with the teacher, the guidance counselor, and the assistant principal. The principal was in the building. She never showed her face. I spoke to them for 2 hours. Do you hear me? 2 hours. She was in that building to address these concerns. And I have receipts, I have timestamps, and I have dates of everyone I spoke to. Okay?
Where's your family from?
Break. And then this happens. In her classroom. No less. She's 6. She's terrified because the person that was advocating for her got hurt. She got hurt.
Where's your family from?
Put it all in perspective. She's doing all this damn crying for the white woman. I mean, not that it's not a tragic situation. It definitely is a tragic situation. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood why she was so broken up into it. Because the white woman got shot. Damn.
Where's your family from?
Because, I mean, I just got to say, family, if I see one of y'all doing this, I would have to have my wife, nudge my wife, like, go get her and go tell her. Lord.
Okay? There's a lot of things in the media that's circulating right now about what happened, about you guys or the administrative of that school knowing what was happening, and no protocols were taken to prevent it from happening. This should have been isolated beforehand to prevent Mrs. Warner from getting hurt because she was defending and protecting those children. You guys should have been defending and protect her when she came, or whoever came and said that there was a possible weapon in that child's backpack or otherwise. Okay? Dr. Parker, I'm not from here. All right? We moved here in February. All right? I'm from New York. Crazy that I come from New York to come to this. Okay? The comment you made after the incident, today the students learned a valuable lesson in gun violence. You don't say that.
And still, I have to say.
Where's your family from?
I hear a little Dominican Republic. Maybe I'm tripping, but I'm hearing a little bit of Dominican Republic. She's an island gal. An island gal. Yeah. AK, like I said, she was trying to hide it. See, this, again, all the signs of like I keep saying, I hope I'm wrong, but Then you go get this woman to come up here and turn up the tune. Now you tell him, senorita. You go ahead and tell him. We just came here. As you can see, I'm from New York. No, where are you really from?
Where's your family from?
What? Because see, why is she smart enough to pick up it's almost like she was out of sorts, so it's not like she's used to hiding her accent. She went with the New York accent. But why is she hiding that Caribbean Spanish thing? Because it's clearly there. It's clearly there. Why is she hiding that? Get rid of the damn Mammy Brigade. Yo. Mr. Ishmael said Newport News has many Asians too. Whole melting pot with a lot of military retirees there. I know there's a lot of military there. You say Blueberry Muffin says she sounds like she's from Barbados. You know, Bermuda. Yeah, she definitely has I don't know, she don't really sound like the Basins I know. Cause, well, I mean, but then again, you know, shoot, you got cats that can talk plain English and then reverting to patois. It's like listening to a Bayesian speak their like Bayesian patois. Pfft, good luck. Good luck understanding that shit. You will be able to pick out what a Jamaican's saying before you're gonna be able to pick out what the hell a Bayesian's saying in a patois. Like, nigga, what is that? I thought I was. Oh, I'm hearing you right. Okay, I just need the meaning of what those words mean. This brother was talking to me like I knew. Like, I am not from there, brother. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I'm going to need you to slow that down and make it make sense to me. Because I ain't never had nobody talking that fast to me before in my life. Like, what language is that? It's English. No, it ain't. It's English. No, not no English I've ever heard. Man. It's just, I got a download Asian black dad, probably military, met mom in Korea. Well, you know, I wonder. Because it's just so interesting the way they're handling it. But it's, you know, these are a lot of parents and people out there meeting. This is definitely the anti CRT crowd. That is for certain. Wait. I got to show you these other joints. Please let these upload. Please upload in here. Because you know what they said? They said this boy, I knew I was gonna do that. Let me see. Well, here's the a little clip. I guess they mad at him for, I think this is the clip they're mad at him for, the superintendent. Check this out.
Today our students got a lesson in gun violence and what guns can do to disrupt not only an educational environment, but also a family, a community.
Oh, so that's why they had her reprimand him. This shit was all scripted. They went and got their resident mammy like, okay, but what we need you to see, it really has to be convincing, because what we want to do is get this big black nigger out. So, I mean, because I'm trying to figure out how, I've never seen anybody going after, I ain't even seen people going after school officials, let alone the school superintendent. How? Well, this was 3 incidents in 5 years. Yeah, y'all got to do something with your damn kids. But these are 3 incidents in 5 years. What the hell does that have to do with the superintendent? There is each individual school in that school system. So how did it just fall on him? I'm confused. But it's starting to make a little more sense now, isn't it? I mean, these folks ain't playing, boy, out there in Virginia, boy. Sheesh. Let's see. Let me see. They got this, man, the stuff they do to our kids, man. You got to do something to this boy. He did this. He did that. You got to. So, I mean, they even got some weirdo dude. Well, I can't say that. I mean, they got some off-brand nigga to come and talk. I'm just saying, everything I keep seeing about this damn story with the 6-year-old, it's like, this is really, really sounding like a black child. Unfortunately. And he might be mixed. He might be mixed. I know. See, again, when you said black father, I'm thinking black mother. Because the only punishment that they keep trying to talk about is toward the mother. So you might be onto something. Maybe might be the brown, or maybe even the mixed. So because I have heard nothing about the father. Just the only person they keep bringing up is the black mother. So I'm pretty sure the mother of this child is black, but I'm not certain of the father. So the kid actually might be mixed now that you mention it. And now how it's been being reported, the only person in that household who they are seeking to punish is the mother. So you actually might be onto something. It's probably just in reverse because I'm that woman, that mother absolutely must be black. But here's we'll play these last two videos before we get up out of here because I just want you to see how thick they are pouring it on.
On January 6th, Newport News police arrived at Rich Neck Elementary School expecting to handle an active
January
shooting situation.
6th, by the
For
way.
the second straight week, the school will remain closed to its students.
News 3's Danielle Seda spoke with the police chief in Newport News and tells us more about how officers handled the shooting and what the investigation is looking like so far.
It's the third violent incident of its kind inside a Newport News school or on school grounds, according to police on the peninsula. The other two shootings in 2021, one at Heritage High School and another after a basketball game at Menchville High School. But this latest shooting involving small children. Chief Steve Drew of Newport News Police says his officers executed a building clearing just as they would an active shooter situation, recovering children from hiding spots in classrooms. He says the 6-year-old allegedly responsible had assaulted 2 staff members that day.
But there was a faculty member there that was physically restraining him. As we walked in, the child struck her. At that point, we decided to go ahead and take him into custody.
Chief Drew says a thorough investigation is being done, but there's still a lot of work to do.
If there's any human services or child protective services case files or interactions with the family, the same thing with schools. We've asked for those records and to see if there's any behavioral issues.
Not to mention a series of more interviews still need to be conducted. Among them, a follow-up with the victim, Abby Zwerner, and staff.
And then one of the hardest things is talking to those.
There's that picture.
First graders who are in that class. We're doing that with the help of a psychologist.
Chief Drew says there's yet to be charges against the parents of the student, and the main goal for right now is to continue collecting data.
That will all be written up as a package, presented to the Commonwealth Attorney. We'll look at the facts, the statements, what we have, and then a determination will be made if there's any possible charges that go forward.
In the meantime, services are becoming available
So they're
to
trying to
families
find
as they
ways
process
to charge
details from the shooting,
which will
including
probably be the
daycare
mother.
and grab-and-go meal service. To find out more information about that and to be directed to a
Wow. Family, is this not feeling like this child is black? I mean, like I said, I was hoping I was wrong, but this is extra. This is so extra. He assaulted a staff member earlier and blah blah blah. Come on, man. I'm sorry. This is just too. This is just too cap for me. I don't know. What y'all think? Man. Let me see. Is this? Oh, okay, that's the first one. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, hopefully that is in there. Okay, it's uploaded. So they talked to this other brother that used to go to the high school there. He's not even now, mind you, this incident happened at the elementary school. But now they're talking to this man who is a Heritage High School alum. And if you listen to what he has to say, you will again understand why I have been feeling that this child in this particular situation is black, or at least mixed with black, and has one black parent, that being the mother. Because as you see, they are still looking to find ways to charge, so-called, the parents. But the one thing they've already identified, see, this is how they're doing it. They're saying, oh, we're trying to find out if we can charge the parents. But here's the problem. The gun belongs to the mother. So what parents are you going to punish? Or are you just going to punish one parent and then say, well, if we punish both parents, then, the kid won't have anybody there to raise him. So we got to punish the mother, but since it was her gun. Just keep your eyes open for that one, family. And I will play a little bit of this.
Oh, what a gun should not be happening. The shooting at Rich Neck Elementary, forcing some to relive a horrifying past at another Newport News school. It was September of 2021. A 16-year-old boy shot 2 teens at Heritage High. Fortunately, they survived. 2 other students injured, evacuating the school. The 16-year-old boy was sentenced to 10 years after pleading guilty to his role in the shooting. And in a story only on 3, News 3's Zach Dahlheimer talked with that man you just heard from, a Heritage High alum who was a student on campus when that shooting happened. And Zach, he has a message for the community tonight. He wants to help.
Yeah, Kurt, that's right. Sterling Bailey says it does bring up flashbacks of what he and others went through while he was a senior over at Heritage High School. He says that shooting sparked him to take action to help his community. And after this latest school shooting in the city, that drive remains strong.
A 6-year-old with a gun should not be happening.
For Norfolk State freshman Sterling Bailey, the recent shooting at Rich Neck Elementary in his hometown of Newport News takes him back to his senior year at Heritage High School.
Though the incidents were kind of different, it still brings back the moments of fear.
It was September 20th, 2021. Bailey was on campus when he says just 10 feet away, a teen boy opened fire, injuring students. He recalls running to a nearby firehouse while also making sure his classmates got to safety.
It was a very traumatic experience being in the shooting. Wow. After the shooting was traumatic. Talking about the shooting was traumatic.
But he tells me he sees the shooting as a trial that for him,
what is going on?
Turned into a testimony, speaking up in the community to help bring families and others together in the aftermath.
It took a little while for me to get over it, but then I had to come to a place where knowing that this is not the end for me.
Bailey says seeing what happened at Rich Neck brought back tears and sadness.
To now think about how the community has to rebuild from this trial, it's kind of heartbreaking a little bit.
What do we need to do from here to try?
Okay, that's enough. Now, somebody might say, not that it's me, but I would just say, somebody could probably say, damn, you treasonous bastard. How did you just throw the whole black community under the bus like that? But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying somebody could say that from that community because, like I said, I have been, at the way they have been doing this, I'm assuming that this child is black. And then now you put the black kid up there to talk about the other shooting. and now the community and healing and lessons and all of this type of talk. Now, when we heard about the white folks, we were hearing about, we need something done, and we need something done, and this is horrible, and things have changed, and all of this. And then you put the black guy on there. Well, this just takes me memories back, and I'm just going back in my memory. And you know what I'm saying? Huh. Interesting. He had the white supremacist lingo down packed, didn't he? So, family, we gonna have to keep an eye on this situation because something ain't right, and it looks like they're trying to use this as almost like they're using the Young Thug RICO charges to start getting things, because this will now be case law if they could find a way to do it. So then, but notice, Ethan Crumley's parents weren't immediately arrested, although they knew what their son was up to. I mean, granted, not in the same state, but nonetheless. Yeah. And then, also hearing the very patriotic line, and then they're also talking about how things changed from when they were children, when obviously they enjoyed or preferred the demographic of their neighborhood then to what it is now. Also kind of interesting. So these things are happening, ain't they? Lord. So, with that being said, family, I think I have gotten through all of the Klan meeting that was passed off as a school board meeting to go in there and tell those Negroes in power how inefficient they are and their leadership sucks, and all is lost because of this black leadership in here, and we need a change in leadership now, because what's going on in these individual schools is everybody up on this school board's responsibility, not the people that is actually at the school running the school, but no, these people here, this is who is responsible. Doesn't really make much sense, but that is what they're pushing. So, it is what it is. But like I said, look at that brother. He does kind of look FBA, but that sister.
Where's your family from?
Because, again, they could be one of them people that's aligned with them folks. It was like, hey, we need to call up our token Negroes. Because, again, a lot of them, think like this dude that our brother Malcolm was talking about.
I think you're right there. I would not limit our employment demands to Negroes. I would include Puerto Ricans and other minorities throughout our country, which have been similarly discriminated against, though not for so long a period of time as Negroes.
Puerto Ricans weren't enslaved. This is a problem that stems from slavery. And this compensation, this compensation is coming to people who were enslaved by the white man for 400 years. The Puerto Ricans don't even fit into this picture.
Well, they do fit into it.
No,
they do fit into it.
The problem is the Negro problem. They're not lynching Puerto Ricans.
If a dark-skinned Puerto Rican went down to Mississippi, he probably would be lynched too.
Spanish, he wouldn't be lynched.
No, they don't.
It's the Negro here, and as long as he can speak Spanish or some other language, or if he ties his head up with a turban or something, he can go anywhere in Mississippi or in your home that he desires.
You're not aware of the fact, are you, that African students have been arrested in our demonstrations in the South?
When they
speak French.
When they have been mistaken for the so-called Negro in America, they've been arrested.
What I'm saying is...
And that's a fact. That is a fact. And anybody that is really, really pushing a line and really want to get down with the white supremacists and start using their talking points like the 2 token blacks they got to do that, I could just say this.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Or maybe that's why you left New York in the first place. And to the brother,
You shade tree nigger.
yes, indeed, family. Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Hooey. Yeah, buddy. We definitely got through this one. And that's, I wanted to make sure we touched on this story thoroughly because I'm like, yeah, man, let me do a little more digging here. So let me look at this school board meeting and seeing the school board meeting, it's like, we see the type of time they own. Got it. All right. Yeah, y'all okay. So, it is what it is. Hopefully they get that little boy. Because the one talk that the thing that's not happening here about a 6-year-old child is that maybe you should get him some counseling. Maybe you should get him some mental evaluation, something of the sort. What's going on with him that he would even want to be so aggressive at that age? Like, what's going on? And I'm sure it's like, let's not make these things about hereditary and all of this type of stuff, because let's also look at something. I do seem to remember people talking about mandatory somethings to even allow their children back to in school. And then we have a bunch of people, Asians, who might possibly have also had that certain something. And, you're seeing a lot of out of character, sporadic, aggressive, violent behavior all of a sudden. Aside from everybody just dropping dead. It's just crazy coincidences, huh? Man, damn, I wonder what happened in 2021. What was the change? Man, if you ain't dropping dead, you violent and just picking up something and going ham. Well, anyway, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Patreon and 6 zeros at beatzillapdx official, and on Melanated People at Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. And of course, you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That is ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket by way of donation and helping out this platform, you definitely can do so by way of Cash App. That's $BeatzillapDX. That's Cash App, $BeatzillapDX. And we also have PayPal, and that is Zilla Music. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. Thank you also for the super chats. And if you are listening or watching the replays, you can also hit the super thanks if you want to. But most of all, family, please hit that like button and share this broadcast on your social media. And let's grow this channel. Let's get this message out, and let's spread this truth from sea to shining sea. You understand what I'm saying? So if y'all could be so kind, just go ahead and share this out there, I would much, much appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support. All of you have been supporting this broadcast and supporting us on Twitter. Shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate it. I'm very, very always happy to be able to share with y'all, especially in Twitter Spaces. That's always a dope experience. So shout out to everybody who's been supporting myself and Black Alpha Network there, and everybody who has just been supporting the new Black media, this grassroots movement. And this is not just the content creators, but it is also you as well. So, let's embrace our excellence and let's excel the way we're always meant to do. So, with that being said, family, this has been the midweek report. And look out for 2 videos coming tomorrow. One is about Al Sharpton and something he recently said this week. And then the other will be about Dave Chappelle. And both of those videos are already recorded. So those will be up tomorrow. And you guys can enjoy them either live when they air or watch the replay. And like I said, give a comment. Let us know what you think about the topics. And as well as this video if you're watching the replay. So until our next live, which will, of course, be Friday for the weekly wrap-up, just stay tuned for the shorter videos in between, because there will be. And there will also, I'm going to try to get some videos for the weekend as well. Of course, those will be shorter videos, but, just trying to keep that content out there for you. And like I said, as these get shorter, those videos will be more. So thank y'all once again for hanging out with us right here on the Beatzilla PDX official show. So stay Black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, Black first, Black first. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yeah. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.